Hey everyone, it's Nick with the Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we post videos, tap the bell. And if you haven't yet joined our new Options Trading Live channel, link is below in the description. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description as well to our Discord and our Options Trading group on Facebook. I definitely wanted to do a video today. The stock market was crazy. I will be taking off tomorrow for my wife's birthday, so I wanted to kind of update you on my trades, the good, the bad, the ugly, and kind of let you know what I'm expecting for the market right now. Right now I'm sitting all cash. Had a pretty decent day, all things considered. Up a little bit on S&P futures. I closed my gold my gold futures position for break even because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I closed Netflix for $190 profit this morning. So overall, pretty good day, pretty big swing in Netflix. You know, I was up 337 because I was actually down 150 yesterday, or 140. But further ado, kind of get into my trades real quick, and then I'll go into where I think the market is going. You know, the reason why I closed this because I wasn't sure if the market was going to pop open. I had one spread on ES. I opened it up for 280 credit, and I bought it back for $1.65 because I didn't want to push it too much when selling premiums. Right now IV is really high. VIX is moving through the roof. So implied volatility is also going up higher right now. VIX is 33.59. So, you know, when you're selling credit spreads right now and implied volatility is expanding, you can get yourself in a little bit of trouble. So at open today, actually 8:31, right at open, 8:31 Central, I closed that spread out because at 8:31 we were right in here. We got rejected at 3,100. And at 8:31 looked like it was going to go lower. I wasn't sure, and then I was kind of worried that it was going to bounce back like it did here just a few hours ago. Bounced back, and now it's selling off again. So you got to be very careful right now in the market. Take your gains, take your profits, because it can be taken away from you. You know, just because you're short the market right now doesn't mean you're automatically gonna win. Look how much they squeezed out today. You know, SPY went down to 300, back up to 309, almost 310. I mean, people were getting squeezed out left and right. So this is not so easy to trade. So if you're new at options trading and you're losing money, just be careful because this is definitely not for a beginner. This market is not the easiest. Sure, you can short every spike right now. Seems like a slam dunk, but going into Netflix here in a second, I'm going to show you what kind of issues I ran into. So, sorry, something's going on in my voice right now. But going into Netflix, looking at my Netflix position, you know, Netflix almost wrecked me, and I want to go into detail on this Netflix position because I think it's a good example, and we all can learn from it. So yesterday at 1:48 p.m., I put a position on Netflix. I bought the 375 put for 505. Now let's look at Netflix here real quick. Why I put this position on, and looking at the last 2 days here. So at 1:48 p.m., I put on Netflix, so that was right in here, 148. So it came back up, so we're at 1345. So right in here, it was like 376, 377, and then Netflix continued to push higher. And I thought that the rest of the market was going higher. The rest of the market was going down. Netflix was moving higher, and I feel like they were trying to squeeze shorts out just one last time, and that we were going to gap down tomorrow. So that's why I held. And if we look at this the premiums on this Netflix, so I had the 375 put. So if you're looking at the premiums for the last couple of days here, let me zoom in here a little bit better. Okay, so I had the 375 put. I bought it for 505, and they squeezed me out. And today it closed at like 360, 350 area. So they squeezed me out. They tried to squeeze me out, and I held. And then this morning, Netflix premiums, this went all the way up to 732. I did close it out. I caught the high pretty good. I closed it out at 695, so I made my money back. and I made almost 50% profit on it. And this went up to 725. I sold it for 695. And in the first 15 minutes, Netflix. Let me bring up Netflix here on the 1 minute chart, just to show you how violent these moves were. So on the 1 minute chart this morning, I can zoom in even more here. So this is the 1 minute. Let me pull up like 5 minutes. Actually, that's pretty good. So this morning it opened at 371 and ripped up to 376 within the first minute. So I went up being like up $200 to like, oh, should I close it? And by the time I was done thinking about it, it ripped up and I was back to break even. I was actually down like $13 at this point. You can see that the option pricing this morning, kind of all over the place as well. Huge swings. We went from $3 up to $7 on this put, and then we went back down to $1.73. So if I didn't close it, I closed it at, I'll show you right here. I closed it at 8:35. So 5 minutes into market open, Netflix came back down. So we're at 35. So I closed it at like pretty much the low, like back where it opened at, and I took my profits. And just because you're short in the market, this is a good example. I don't know what the heck is going on with Netflix and why it did what the price action that it did, but I close it out, and then within a few minutes, if I didn't close it out, I would have been down and giving back up. So we went from $7 on the contracts. They hit a low of $1.21. This ramped up to 380. So you never really know what's going to happen with a particular stock. You don't know why it ramped up. I felt like it was going to ramp up, and it did. So that's why I took my profits. People are like, "How did you know? How did you know?" And the reason why I know is because I trade Netflix a lot. You have to understand Netflix's personality. Every stock has their own personality, like we say all the time. So get to understand how a stock moves. And one of the indicators for Netflix was it really wasn't down that much pre-market, and the market was down huge pre-market, and Netflix wasn't selling off like any. It was down a few bucks, and then it opened up. I was expecting we were going to probably be opening at like 365, 360 area because the way the market was moving, and it just wasn't giving it up. It was trying to fight it there. Pre-market definitely fighting around like 375, and then opened up around 371. Green on the day, and it went all the way up from 371 all the way to 390. It went from within, this is the 15-minute chart we're back on, within 45 minutes, it went up 20 points. I mean, it's just it's just crazy. Like some of the things just make you shake your head. It's just like crazy. And then after, I was actually eyeing it for another trade. I'm deciding not to trade because I don't want to bag hold into tomorrow. This went from $1.50 back up to $6 on this drop here. Retouched 375. So this 375 put saw a lot of action today. A lot of volatility for better or for worse. People made money, people lost money. I'm sure there's people crying. I'm sure there's people hugging their money right now. The market right now is insane. So thankfully, this is a good example. I was able to close green today. Take your profits. If you're not sure and you're down small or you're up some money, take your profits. You can always re-enter because we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, look at Netflix. I mean, this wrapped up 20 points on one of the biggest down days of the year, and it held all day. Just people are waiting and squeezing. People are thinking, oh, we're going to ramp back up. We're going to go to 400 here on Netflix. We're going to ramp to 400, 392. But you have to take into consideration previous highs, and previous highs was 392 area, and it stopped out today at like 392.25. So, 391.56, but it did. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not showing you. Yeah, 391.56 was the high today. So when it's getting up to like 392 area, last previous high was 392.95. You have to start reducing your risk because you're potentially going to get in some trouble here. Now looking at ahead, where do I think things are going? If we look at SPY, for instance, we're in some very scary times here with the stock market, with the economy in general, and within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 5 business days, we gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 months of gains. Just think about that for a second. What took the Bulls 4 months took Bears 5 days. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to go up again. People are saying all doom and gloom. I'm actually going to make a video on long-term stock holds right now due to, this recent dip in price. But this is just insane. This is one of the biggest sell-offs we've ever had, and here we are. What I'm thinking is we're going to have a 300 retest on SPY, and from there it's going to be really interesting if we're going to go to 285 or not. I do think that if it breaks 300, 285 is highly possible. I don't know when. It did hit 300 today, 365 on SPY, and push back up. Right now it's at 305. It's trying to push back up after the sell-off went from 309 down to 303. So the day hasn't closed out yet. So I'm not sure we're going to close because I'm doing this video a little bit premature. But I wanted to get this content to you while it's fresh in my mind, and I, pretty excited about it. Also keep in mind VIX. Watch VIX. It's very important, more now than ever. VIX reached 36 points today, and if we're gonna go back to 2 years, last time we were this high was during the trade war at the end of 2018 when we gave up 20%. Right now we're like 9% off of our highs. We can dip down another 10, 20%. So just be mindful that this is not over yet. And companies have been lowering guidance and saying they're not going to hit guidance for 2020, blah, blah, blah. But we haven't had any numbers yet for what impact this is actually having on the economy for the quarter that we're in. Like, we're not going to get right now's numbers until next quarter. So just keep in mind that for investing, for trading, that the official reports on how this is impacting the stock market hasn't hit yet. It could be one of two things. Or three things. This is what we expected. It's not as bad as we expected. Or this is way worse than we thought it was going to be. So just keep an open mind. Don't get too stuck in a position. If it goes against you, close it out, redeploy, look for better setups. You're gonna be in this type of market, you're gonna be wrong. But the good news is since the volatility is so high, you're gonna have the ability to recoup losses. Whether you flip positions, find better entries, you'll be able to win, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. If you guys watch this video to the end, comment watch to the end, do me a favor, hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. Let me know how you did today. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.